Wrap of the week in markets with Leanne Jones from Bell Direct.
ASX 200 has in fact closed down about 0.35% this week, and really there were a number of factors that weighed on our market this week. Firstly, having a look at that economic data that came out, although it was fairly quiet, it did come through a little softer than expected in terms of that June quarter construction data, those new home sales, as well as that private sector credit growth. We also saw some oil and metal prices coming under pressure this week, but of particular note was that iron ore price, which did continue its falls, and it has reached its lowest level in almost 2 years, which of course has raised some fresh concerns about the outlook for the Chinese economy. And of course we also saw those geopolitical tensions flaring up again, which has all added to the pressures on our market this week. Of course this week our market really has been driven by the last week of earnings reporting season, which we know is now complete. Overall, the results that did come through were reasonably good and better than many had feared prior to the reporting season. Earnings growth came in at about 12%. We saw 54% of companies exceeding expectations, 68% of companies increased their profits, and about 65% of companies in fact increased their dividends. The best performers this week being healthcare and industrials, the worst performing sectors being staples, telcos and materials. Having a look at the week ahead, it will be fairly quiet in terms of company news in the absence of earnings reporting season, but we will in fact be receiving quite a big dump of economic data to be looking out for. On Monday we have China's official manufacturing read coming through for August, which is likely to be a little bit softer following that flash read that we did see coming through. On Tuesday we have the current account balance over here in Australia, as well as net exports. We have building approvals and of course that RBA rate decision where we're expecting no change. On Wednesday we have GDP data, which of course will be the main focus, but we are expecting it to come through a little bit softer. So we're expecting an increase of about 3.1% in comparison to the previous quarter's 3.5%. On Thursday we have trade balance data coming through where we're expecting another large deficit. We also have July retail sales, and over in Europe it will be the ECB meeting where a lot of the focus will be on commentary around those stimulus measures. And finally on Friday we have US jobs data out, which again will be one of the main focuses. So as I said, fairly quiet in terms of company news, but it will be all about that economic data driving the direction for our market next week.